Peace and blessings multiply to you and yours in knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Most High God, the Savior to those that keep His commandments. Now, I just posted a video from TikTok about Malcolm X when he was speaking about the Palestinian, I believe it was 60 years ago. Okay, however, we all know that in Malcolm's later days, see this? This is the video that I posted, right? And it has some facts, it has some truth, but it wasn't the whole truth. Because we know that Malcolm in his later days, he was coming into an awakening, realizing that the Islam that he was taught was not the true Islam, right? But where does Islam come from? It comes from Muhammad. I did a lesson about Muhammad years ago. Well, no, I did a lesson about the Ishmaelites. Ishmaelites are descendants of Muhammad. Palestinians are descendants of Muhammad. Okay. And when you research Muhammad, because the Arabs had their original religion before Muhammad came along. They had 360 idols, one for each day. Somebody say 360 idols, one for each day. You missing 5 days. No. No. See, man messes up things. 365 days in a year includes leap year and other things. That messes up the calendar. That's why there's God's calendar and then there's man's calendar. Okay? All right. So, anyway, when Muhammad came along, he brought about worshiping one God instead of many, 360 gods. Okay? But that religion of worshiping one God still encompassed idolatry. And when you research Muhammad, it tells anybody that researches Muhammad that he derived a lot of his ideology from what's written in the Bible, from the Torah. Okay. And Muhammad was in the early days friendly with a lot of Edomites. Okay. Or those that follow the Torah. It might have been Edomites and Hebrews in there. But when they wouldn't conform to his religion, that's where the split came, where, that's why you have, well, that's one of the reasons why you have Palestinians fighting Israelis today. All right. One of the reasons, because like Malcolm mentioned 1948, yeah, the Palestinians was there sitting in that land before 1948. However, that land is not promised to them. In the Bible, it tells you that that Ishmael and his descendants are not of the promised seed. Okay? The promised seed goes from Abraham, Isaac to Jacob, not from Abraham to Ishmael and Jacob. No, that land don't belong to the Israelis, nor does it belong to the Palestinians. Where's my Bible? Bear with me. And you have to excuse me, I only had an hour or two of sleep. Hence Psalm 83. And I'm going to read it. Because we all know, everybody knows now. Well, not everybody, but we're awakening. But many people that are not the same bloodline as me know who the true children of Israel are. And black Islam, black Muslims, they know. That's why Farrakhan has every year in his paper, The Final Call, he has We are the true children of Israel. That's right, by blood. But he still want to follow a pagan deity. Because Allah and the true and living God are not the same. All right, Psalm 83. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. So the Lord's enemies have conspired against his chosen people. And it says what? They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. Who's hidden? The ones that are hidden, God's people that are hidden, are the ones that people know who they are, but don't want to tell it. The ones that's been dispersed throughout the world in the transatlantic slave trade. The only ones in the people, the only ones that the Bible fits. Okay, ones that look like you and me. All right. Verse 4, they have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation. How you going to cut somebody off from being a nation? You're going to hide who they are, hence the hidden ones. Said, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. No more in remembrance for who they really are. And that goes for themselves as well as others. Verse 5, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. Now these are the Lord's enemies, right? Verse 6, who's the top two on the list? Who's the top two on the list that conspired, consulted against the Lord's people? Verse 6, the tabernacles of Edom. That's the modern day Jew or the Israelis. All right, that's one. Who's the other one? Who's number two? And the Ishmaelites of Moab. Ishmaelites, modern day Palestinians. All right. Two nations of people fighting over land that don't belong, ain't promised to neither one of them. Don't belong to neither one of them. That's just like, I'm from Chicago, right? In the Windy City, I used to be clicked up with a clique that was fighting against another clique over a street corner that didn't belong to neither one of us. You know what I'm saying? See the resemblance? Man. So just want to clarify that. All right. Yeah, the Palestinians are an oppressed people. Yes, no doubt about that. However, read it right here to you in the Bible. They don't agree with the Israelis, but they still think that land belongs to them. It don't. When the Lord comes back, when the Messiah comes back to gather his people, they will be out of that land and we will be back home. Peace and blessings multiplied.